This is the 18 WJTS News. In tonight's news, car accident causes airlifts in Spencer County. Forest Park student passes. Kimball Electronics announces 2 new directors. Kurt Guxel will be in with sports, and WJTS Informed continues as we speak with Dr. Richard Moss. All this and more coming up next on 18 WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jenna Schaffer. A vehicular accident in Spencer County resulted in 3 being airlifted and the Spencer County coroner to be called to the scene. This accident is said to have taken place on 545 between Fulda and New Boston. The roadway was reported to be closed for several hours. 3 were airlifted from the scene. The Spencer County coroner was also called to the scene. Spencer County Dispatch tells us that the Spencer County Sheriff's Office will release more information later on. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help the family of the Forest Park student that had passed away this week. 16-year-old Anderson Peters passed away earlier this week due to an enlarged heart. Anderson's friends from school have started a GoFundMe to help his family with his funeral expenses. The GoFundMe page, as of now, has raised over $7,000. To donate, visit our website, WJTS.tv. Kimball Electronics has announced 2 new directors. Holly Van Dersen and Michelle Holcomb, Ph.D., were elected to the company's board of directors at Kimball's annual meeting of share owners yesterday. Dr. Holcomb will serve on the audit committee of the board, and Ms. Van Dersen will serve on the compensation and governance committee. Their election is effective immediately. Ms. Van Dersen and Dr. Holcomb will fill vacancies left by the retirement of former board members Thomas J. Tischhauser and Christine M. Vujovic. Indiana State Police and local government agencies collected over 8 tons of unwanted medications in October's Prescription Drug Take-Back Day event. Hoosiers took part by safely disposing of unwanted, unused, or expired medications at Indiana State Police posts and other sites across the state on October 26th. According to the DEA, Hoosiers safely disposed of 16,483 pounds of unused, expired, or unwanted medications. In total, the Indiana State Police received 1,488 pounds of medication, and the IPLA and the Indiana Board of Pharmacy received 1,125 pounds. 88 sites across the state partnered with the DEA for this year's 18th biannual collection. More information about Prescription Drug Take-Back Day and year-round disposal sites can be found at take-back-day.dea.gov. Winter Weather Preparedness Week is next week, and the Indiana Department of Homeland Security is urging Hoosiers to use it to prepare for frigid temperatures. During the winter season, Hoosiers should always monitor local radio, TV stations, and social media pages for weather updates. It is also important to understand the differences between watches, warning, and advisories. A watch means winter weather is possible. An advisory means wintry weather will begin soon, but conditions are less serious than a warning. A warning means severe winter weather will begin soon. IDHS is also encouraging Hoosiers to limit traveling during severe winter weather. If driving is unavoidable, Hoosiers should consider downloading the county travel advisory map from the app or Google Play stores. Creating an emergency preparedness kit for every vehicle. Kits should include blankets, non-perishable food, jumper cables, and spare winter clothing. And schedule an appointment with a mechanic for a thorough check of all vehicles before a winter storm hits. According to the National Weather Service, 36 Americans died due to cold weather just last year. Prolonged exposure to bitterly cold temperatures increases the risk for cold weather-related illnesses, including frostbite and hypothermia. Common symptoms of cold weather-related illnesses include uncontrolled shivering, discoloration of the skin, and fatigue. For more winter weather preparedness information, visit getprepared.in.gov. The Spencer County Commissioners met on Wednesday night to discuss a proposed mining amendment. The ultimate decision was to reject the proposal. The amendment would have changed the county's special exception requirements for land and agriculture zones and made mineral extraction a permitted use on farmland. As of now, property owners have to get special exception permits from the County Board of Zoning Appeals to be able to open mines on private property. This was brought up after 3 Spencer County landowners who own land near County Road 500 East and 600 East and State Road 245 wanted to open a surface coal mine on their property. The mine would be managed by Sun Energy of Huntingburg. The Board of Zoning Appeals denied the petitioner's special exception permit. The Spencer County Circuit Court then ruled the request unfavorable. Finally, the commissioners denied the landowner's attempt to change county ordinances. With the U.S. Congress opening public impeachment hearings about President Trump next week, Du Bois County Democrats is hosting a bipartisan panel discussion on the Trump impeachment. The bipartisan panel discussion is set to take place on Thursday, November 14th from 7 to 9 p.m. and will take place at the Vincennes University Jasper Auditorium. The chief presenter, Professor Charles Guy of the Indianapolis University Law School, is an expert on judicial misconduct and ethics and has prosecuted judicial impeachments. Guy received his BA in political science in 1980, graduated from the Wisconsin Law School in 1983, and has written extensively on impeachment. This bipartisan panel will include Indianapolis attorney and former director of Common Cause Indiana Russ Sipes, Columbus attorney, former head of the Ohio Election Board and assistant attorney general of Ohio, Greg Jack Hott, and finally, Jasper physician congressional candidate, political writer, and author of A Surgeon's Odyssey, Dr. Richard Moss. Professor Guy's presentation will last about 30 minutes, followed by a panel discussion on the pros and cons of the impending impeachment of President Trump and questions from the audience. Doors open at 6:30 and the auditorium seats 115 on a first-come, first-seated basis. Stay tuned. Weather, sports, and Inform are coming up next on 18 WJTS News.